My hands tied. It's all up on the big dog. And then if he don't want to get me a budget, then he won't get me a budget.
I hate to see old veteran niggas on podcasts complaining about the opportunity they had. I'll never be a complainer.
We don't know who Gunplay is? Fuck, nigga, give me that chain. Let me get all that because I'm back.
All right. He said it. Okay.
And we was on the road and we was doing everything. And then when, everybody was a group effort. When it was Gunplay's turn, it was crickets. You see what I'm saying? It's like I got hit records. Nobody's giving me a budget. Nobody's doing nothing. So what you want me to fucking do?
Gunplay had hit records like that, though? I didn't know that. It could be because they suppressed him with not giving him like a better budget. I thought Meek and Wale were the ones that were really bringing in the chicken. All right, in today's video, we got Rick Ross responds to Gunplay calling him out for destroying his career and leaving him hanging. Shit, video by Chigs, smooth, man. Yeah, so I saw the Gunplay thing probably a day or two ago, I think, and I left it alone because I was like, okay, Gunplay is kind of voicing his frustrations and stuff. I saw the clips and stuff, and I didn't think Rick Ross was gonna say anything, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, I thought they were cool still, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't really know what Gunplay got going on, man. So this is interesting to see what, let's see what this Gunplay and Rick Ross thing is about here, bro. But if you're rocking with the channel, man, primarily hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Hit your boy with a like, sub, comment, whatever you feel inclined to do, and help the channel grow. It means a lot. You feel me? But let's get into this.
YouTube. Chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, Chicks.
I find him. I like Chick Smooth. Chick Smooth is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Oh man, nobody wins when the family feuds. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did not see this one coming. Looks like Ricky Rose and Gunplay are not rocking with each other no more. I thought these guys were cool. I thought these guys were day one homies, especially considering all the stuff Gunplay has done for Rick Ross. Sometimes when you sign to another artist that's bigger and your career does not pan out how you think it should, there's always a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of hate, and of course, a little bit of resentment. Now, Gunplay recently did an interview with the I Say That to Say This podcast. Salute to my guy Fred. And shockingly, he called out Ricky Rose for not doing anything for
I must say Gunplay, looks like he's, taking care of himself for the most part. You feel me? I remember he used to have them crazy dreads. How old is Gunplay? Let's see. All right, yeah, so Gunplay is 46. Looks like he's, taking care of himself, even though he's going, whatever turmoil he's going through, whatever contractually or music biz wise and shit like that. So that's at least good. Feel me? I always thought he was like a little older than the other members of like MMG, like Wale and Big Sean and Stally and all them and shit like that.
career. That's right, you guys. Gunplay went on the podcast.
Wale and Meek Mill. If I said Big Sean, I meant Wale and Meek Mill and Stally.
Exposed Rick Ross for basically leaving him hanging. According to Gunplay, even though he had the hit records, Ricky Rose, for whatever reason, was not trying to put money behind him. Here's what Gunplay said.
And seeing all this money at this young age and pursuing rap, where a lot of time rap requires you.
Gunplay had hit records like that though? I didn't know that. And it could be because, yeah, if he's saying that they suppressed him with not giving him like a better budget, you feel me? Because I thought Meek and Wale were the ones that were really bringing in the chicken. You know what I mean?
Leave the streets alone.
Yeah.
To focus. Was it hard for you to juggle these two things?
Oh yeah, it just felt like this. And I'm gonna be totally honest and transparent, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't the type of nigga to sit here and sugarcoat shit. But when it was Raw's turn and we was on the road and we was doing everything, and then when everybody was a group effort. When it was Gunplay's turn, it was crickets. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it was hard for me. What you want me to do? Nobody's. It's like I got hit records. Nobody's giving me a budget. Nobody's doing nothing. So what you want me to fucking do?
And hit.
What would you like me? What would you like me to do? Do more?
Right, because that's essentially why you signed to a major label. You provide the songs, you provide the hit record. If it's picking up the traction, all right, what we doing now? Like, let's get this budget together so we can get this video done. We can get this fucking promotion, this distribution done. And at that point, if it's like you're doing all that and then the label is still not helping you out, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, what was the point of me even being on this label? You know what I'm saying? It's either you just go independent or try to find an investor at that point. So if that was true, yeah, that's fucked up. Especially if you had songs that were moving like that. But y'all let me know, because I never really was the biggest fan of Gunplay for real. So I don't really know his songs and shit.
Or give another hit record and do more and never get no money? Or what you want me to see is go back in these streets and go ahead and tap these pockets, right? Like I have to do. You see what I'm saying? Like this is what I did. This is what I didn't want to do. Right. You see what I'm saying? But since niggas don't understand and niggas want to be, okay.
When he says tap these pockets, is he talking about robbing niggas? Is that what Gunplay used to do in the street? Well, Gunplay is his rap name. He probably wasn't primarily a hustler, right? I ain't ever put two and two together.
We don't know who Gunplay is. Fuck, nigga, give me that chain. Let me get all that because I'm back.
All right, he said it. Okay, I stand corrected.
That was literally a cry for help for real when I look back and see that now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that. Right. Let me get that. So
you showing them like I really would do this.
Yeah, push me back in the street. So I mean, what you really want me to do? Like, I'm for everything. I was down for the program for over 10, 15 years.
Definitely
and it's my
loyal.
turn. And then nobody lifted a finger, made a phone call or nothing for the old boy. You see what I'm saying? So what you want me to fucking do?
That's crazy, because you had some killer features.
Looking in. But then when you sign, when I'm signed to a label like Maybach Music, I'm my hands tied. It's all up on the big dog. And then if he don't want to get me a budget, then he won't get me a budget.
You and okay, let me.
And you get shelved, man. Nah, Ricky Rose wouldn't do that to his mans. Nah, right? How would he do that?
Anymore?
I ain't gonna lie, like not really. As of lately, nah. I'm, you know what I mean. But
y'all don't talk.
Not the boss, not the guy that goes around say he the boss, and takes so much pride in being the boss. He wouldn't do that to his friend / employee. That's crazy.
Nah.
Was there anything that the industry did to you that you've never actually publicly said out loud?
I mean, I could go in. I could guess. Basically sold my publishing for $50,000. They gave me $25,000 up front. We never did a second Triple C album for me to get the other $25,000, but I still ended up paying back $50,000.
What?
Yeah. Sony ATV.
That's $25,000 in debt. Shit.
Facts. And then my first album that I dropped, Matt Middleton and a bitch named Megan Price that was managing me at the time, they thought I was cooked. Yeah. So what they did was amend my contracts. So my back end of $75,000 for my first fucking album, it went to them. So I got fucked for that. So fuck Matt Middleton, fuck Megan Price and everybody who put potholes in my road. And I ain't getting no.
So he's saying in debt $100,000. In debt $100,000. Wow, that's crazy.
From it,
yeah, bro. See, these are also like PSAs, bro. It's like that's how the music industry is, man. You gotta be careful with those contracts you sign and not knowing the legalities of things, because like when shit like this hit the fan, like nigga, what? You selling your goddamn publishing for $50,000 and they give you $25,000 up front with a stipulation that never ended up happening. So somehow he had to pay them 50 grand. Like, how the fuck does that happen? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just gotta be careful, man. And even signing to another rapper too, it's like sometimes the rapper can't, their hands are tied too, because they got their own career that they got to worry about. They got mad promo and everything that they got to do. So they can't always be available for you to walk you through and guide you. So it's like, yeah, it's just, you know, this is a PSA, if anything, this right here, bro. Like, so I'm glad that he's being vulnerable and being honest and being open about this, because a lot of artists could learn from this, or people that are looking to get in the rap game before they sign a contract, they goddamn double, triple think about that shit.
I basically put myself on. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
You voiced that shit to Ross ever, like, yo, what's going on? I know. I mean, knowing you probably have.
Of course I did. But then they'll play ping pong. So,
yeah.
Oh, Def Jam, it's on Def Jam. And then Def Jam say it's on Fat Boy. And then Fat Boy says something. I'm tired. Let me just go ahead on about my business, bro. Nobody want to do nothing. I'll just go ahead on and rob me some. Do what I do. do what I do best. Then fuck it. That's what y'all want me to do? Fuck it.
Now, the reason why this is so shocking to me and probably a couple other people out there is that just a couple years ago, Gunplay was actually thanking Ricky Rose for the donation Ricky Rose gave to him for his daughter's operation.
Thank you, man. My daughter was born with a rare heart defect, and everything went smooth after the operation. And Rose, I want to thank you. You gave, you know, a very, you know, generous contribution, my to my situation, dog. When my family thanks you. You know what I'm saying? My family thanks you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, my brother.
I'm gonna be honest, you my brother for life, brother.
I know.
You don't even gotta mention it.
That was
Your family is my family, and that's how it go.
And in return, a couple weeks later, Gunplay actually bought Ricky Rose a Rolex.
I just wanted to get you something, man, as an appreciation, my brother. My dog for life. You know what I'm saying? Just for everything, man. Just for being about us. And just, you know, okay, let me get my brother. My dog for life. You know?
Yo,
and in return,
nah, the recording of the video was funny. He couldn't wait till he got up or like something. Like he all laying in the bed and shit, like his breakfast in bed. Man, what's going on here?
Appreciation, my brother. My dog for life. You know what I'm saying? Just for everything, man. Just for being about us. And just, you know. Okay, let me get this all set up.
Now, looks like Ricky Rose has heard what Gunplay had to say about him, and in a few words, he basically said, shut the fuck up, stop complaining, and take accountability for yourself.
20 years in the game, without a doubt, is a major milestone. The love I got for the game, it will be endless. That's why I still do it. I still love to perform. I still love to go to clubs. I still love to hear new music, old music, new records, new vibes, new fashion. I still love to sit back in the corner, smoke good. So May 29th, we kicking off this 20-year anniversary. I can't say it enough. It's a major milestone. Live, orchestra, choir, diamonds, tuxedos. I could see it. The Port of Miami, 20-year celebration. The live tour, orchestra, choir. I've never done that. The live tour, the orchestra, the choir. The website, you could get all the details, POM20.com, POM20.com. 20-year anniversary for Port of Miami. I want to just salute everybody that was down with me, supported all my records, Push It to the Limit, Pots and Pans. You know what I'm saying? I'm bad. Of course, every day I'm hustling, and we still hustling. We told them it wasn't just a record, but it was a lifestyle. We meant it. Here we are. We still in love with the game. We still in love with the culture. I hate to see old veteran niggas on podcasts complaining about the opportunity they had. I'll never be a complainer.
Now, I told you guys earlier, this is...
Yeah, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ross is funny. That's one funny dude that figured out the internet too. Like this dude, bro, he went on a fucking 4-minute video of him promoting his upcoming album fucking opera shit he got going on. and all whatever else he was promoting before he even said anything, which was like the last thing he said, which is like really nonchalant, which is crazy. Like he gonna take that, he gonna take every opportunity to promote some shit, and in that sense, he is definitely a hustler for that, bro. But it's shocking to me though, because I thought they came up together from like the same place. You feel me? And I always thought that Gunplay was like part of his muscle. You feel what I'm saying? Just like the whole energy that Gunplay brought, and hence the name. I thought he was one of the people that was like really like kind of helping Ross move around. You feel what I'm saying? Not saying Ross ain't his own man, but like definitely have one of them type of niggas on your squad. That's why I thought he played that position and then transitioned over into rapper. I could be wrong.
Unfortunate side when you sign to another artist. You're constantly going to feel like that artist you're signed to is not doing enough for you and your career. A lot of people felt like Rick Ross knew that Gunplay was obviously better than him. So if you don't want to be outshined by one of your artists, what better way to put him on ice than to not put money behind him? Now, the real truth is that when you're an artist and you're signing a bunch of artists to be in a group, everybody's not going to make it. Yeah. Rick Ross had a bunch of artists signed to Maybach Music, and really the only people that made it out that...
I mean, I don't know this guy right here. Marion already was established, but excuse me. Yeah, Stally. I just didn't think Stally had the star power. You know, he was pretty good, but I just didn't think he had the star power. He was like really like reserved kind of thing.
Was Meek Mill and Wale. And let's be honest, you guys, if you're a businessman and you got somebody like Gunplay, who at times can be a liability for you, you're not going to be motivated or inclined to invest more money into him. That's just what it is. Gunplay was always in and out of trouble with the law. Sometimes that's not really good for business. However, you guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of Gunplay exposing Rick Ross like this? And what do you guys make of Ricky Rose's nonchalant response? Like this video? Scratch.
Yeah, I think it's always unfortunate when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you guys come up together. I don't know. It's tough because you don't know the ins and outs of the situation. But like, you know, if there wasn't any like turmoil for real, like you gotta try to take care of your people, man. Which I guess he did a few years ago with the whole thing with his this kid, and you know Ross helped out, you know, with the surgery and everything like that. So, you know, that's good. But yeah, I think it also serves as a public service announcement, bro. It's like also have to kind of be on top of your business, because even though you might sign underneath your friend's imprint, he also has a boss he has to answer to. So, you know, you can't just go off the limb and say, yo, my boy got me through whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, he had to be aware of what business dealings he had going on, you know what I'm saying, with his contract as well. So, you know, just have to be aware of that kind of stuff when you're trying to get in this industry, bro. They could chew you up and spit you out, and then you don't have nothing to show for it in the long run. But, you know, let me know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you caught a vibe. Till next time, we out here.